Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to me versus 88 Gelu on TradeCardsOnline.com. We're doing a chaotic 6v6. So, just to let you know, this is about an hour and a half video put down to, I'd say, 24 minutes. So, it goes pretty fast. So, just try to keep up and bear with me. So, it's my Underworlders. I'm using Fire and Power and a little bit of Earth. Versus 88 Gelu's Danian Composters. And so we're just setting up our cards. So I've got two Brimflames, one with a Webcrack, one with a Wild Driver, Lord Von Boot with the Sun Chariot, Blades with the Cross Armor, Nivena with the Mepetian Balder's Flute, and Rothar, Forceful Negotiator with the Citadel Fragments. So with some changes, I'm gonna just say right now I could have made to the deck. Having played it, and Rothar and Von Boot didn't see any action at all, so the Earth attacks were really not useful. Um, I'll keep the Ash Torrents though, but and I kind of wish I had more higher build points. So if I remade this deck, I would take out the Ember Swarms, and then put in a couple more Clash Jets, and then maybe I don't know, take out one of the Inferno Claws, and add a Might Swing, or add another two, and then put it in an Earth Shape or something. So we're just I got my Mujic, so I've got a Refrain of Denial, Underworld, well, Red, Song of Fury, Cadence Clash, Song of Revival, Cannon of Casualty, and Improvisational Melody. And then he's got Coral of the Apparition, Empowering Encore, two Intense Polyphonies, an Anthem of Stone, and a Draining Dirge. Now for his music, I don't really get what the Empowering Encore is there for, because it'd be better if you just replaced it with a Harmonics of Water. But whatever. And then the Draining Dirge is good, but can also be replaced with a Geo Flourish because generic music, Runic Grove and stuff, but then I could have denied it with my Refrain, so it works pretty well for him in this match. Alright, so just flipping. So it's pretty basic setup for my board. All there's slightly back, everything else stays face down to the start. So he's got Elhad, Macnaz, Ivalon, Hyadrome, Beholden, and then in the back, there's no image on the site, but it's Mahine. So Beholden has her Dildozer, Macnaz has the Orca Sunton, Elhad has the Bi-Motorcycle, Ivalon has the Citadel Lodestone, and Hyadrome has the Evergreen Tunic. And then see who goes first. We're both shuffling our decks. Make sure you shuffle your deck. So, just a review. If you want to flip over a card, you double click. If you want to shuffle a deck, you right click and then click shuffle. Or if you want to move the top card to the bottom, you right click and click move top card to bottom. So, anyways, we're just setting it up. It gets a bit faster at this point. Alright, so I drew Strengthening Bond first, which is good. So I can destroy any gear of his I want right away. And I'm thinking about destroying the Evergreen Tunic if he has all his composters in the discard. First of all, I'm handing his beast, but I'm gonna get to Hyadrome first, so I'd rather he not have like 90 energy. So I'm gonna destroy his Evergreen Tunic, and then Beholden isn't available, so he isn't gonna get the compost effects. So I'm not too worried about him. So his first location, the Foothold Sultrans. Now this part is a bit confusing, and then he said he regretted doing it because he didn't really understand what's going on. So he sacks the Bi-Motorcycle, gives the Range and Swift one to Hyadrome, which is useless since he attacks Brimflame with Alhad, my Brimflame on the right there, with Webcrack. So yeah, he says that it was a mistake on his part, and it's because it wouldn't do anything. Because he didn't attack Hyadrome. So anyways, battle starts, I think, here. So we're just setting our stats. Again, you set your stats on these meters on the side with the tokens that you pull out. And then, sorry, there was confusion. We were just saying, yeah, so he clarified which Brimflame was attacking. So Webcrack, I have 110 power, 50 courage. His courage will obviously pwn mine because Elhad has like 105. And he gets initiative, and since we both control one tribe, Foothold Sultrans makes our attacks deal an additional 5. So that's good. I have 65 energy, he has 50 or 55. He gets first attack, so he's going to play the Daunting Bravery for 20 damage. So my courage is at 35, I'm at 50. I play the Strengthening Bond for 20 damage, and then, like I said, I destroy the Evergreen Tunic. And then his Alhad is at 30 or yeah, 30 energy. So it's all going pretty good right now. Brimstone has the advantage. Just put the Evergreen Tunic off Hydrum in the discard. And it's his attack. Plays a Spirit Gust for 10 damage. So I'll be at 40. And then he's at 30, so my Ash Torrent will coat him with my Fire 10 and extra 5 from the location. Alright, so now all his mana wars, so everyone except Alhad will outperform Courage 5. And I really wanted to get initiative, because when we rolled dice to see who went first, he rolled a 2 and I rolled a 1, so that was pretty sad. So I really wanted to attack his Machinaz first, because Machinaz is a really strong creature, and if I attacked him first before he did his composters in the pile, that was when he would be at his weakest. So Coliseum flips up. Alright, now the video is being sped up. So I take Blades into Machinaz, so I really, again, this is what is an unfortunate event, because locations really didn't come up in an order that was best for me, because I attacked Machinaz, he goes first, and then since he has fire, he gets the extra 10, and then with Elhad in the grave, that Streak Strike does 30 damage to me. So I'm at 85, and he's at 70. And then with my music, I was thinking that I could have replaced the Song of Fury, the Cannon Casualty, with a Searing Symphony, because that will work really well in this match. I played Flash Wolf for 15, plays the other Streak Strike for 20. So yeah, Searing Symphony would have worked really well because all of his guys, except Elhad was pretty easy to take down. Anyways, they all have at least 2 elements, so the 20 is the same, and then there's a couple with 3. So yeah, that's what I should use Searing Symphony for. We're just duking it out here pretty good. He plays Storm Destruction. I played Flash Warp again for 15 damage. And then all his attacks are going to be 15, so he plays the other Storm Destruction. And then he's at 15, or 10, and I'm at 40. And then I play Flame Bloom. And he still has some energy left, so he plays the Blood Force because Blades has 100 courage and 100 power because of Nivena, which really helped me a lot in this match to take away his courage challenges from doing all that damage. So I play Ember Swarm to coat him. Alright, so now we're getting to the danger zone because this mana lords are getting plus 15 energy. And then it's his location. And then, so he didn't flip his location yet, but he's going to take Hydro into Blades. He activates Hive. So this is where his Hydrum is at his strongest right now, because I destroyed his Tunic, but his energy is still 95 because he gets Fireproof. His Hive is active. I'm only at 100. He's at 95 because 15 from Hive, 15 from Machinaz, 10 from his Fireproof from the Reservoir. So it's 100 energy Blades versus 100 Courage versus a 95 energy Hydrum with about 75 Courage. So it's a tough match. He plays Earth Pulse right off the bat for 15. I'm at 85. And then I play the Ember Swarm again. I really wish I had tried to recreate this deck I take with the Ember Swarms and put in more Clash Sheds, because the Ember Swarms aren't really helping that much. Anyways, plays the Spirit Gust for 10. The Elhad in the discard really annoys me through this whole match. He's constantly getting at least 10 damage on most of his attacks. So he didn't deal 15 more damage, so I'm free to play the Force Strike for 20. And then he gets Incessant Wave for 30 damage. That was a big hit. So I'm at 45. And then I play Primordial Rage for 15. Blades was really good. He's really good at lasting throughout these battles because his guys were dealing a bunch of damage. They were having high energy. But Blades' Crawl Husk Armor and his 100 card really helped. So Shadow Strike did 0, so I was free to play Fire Ram for 30 damage. And this part was really confusing because he did absolutely nothing. He plays Petrifying Power, and then he plays the Anthem of Stone, so I was gonna survive anyways, but now he just makes me deal an additional 5 damage, which is a total waste because that Mujik could have been really useful later, so I don't know what he was thinking. And then I play Consuming Flame to coat him. So anyways, yeah, playing that Anthem of Stone made no sense because we both had Giant Grid in our location deck, so we could have played a bunch of his Mujik later. So it really made no sense to play that then. Alright, and then the Coliseum is my location again. So this time I'm gonna take Burn Flame, the Vile Driver, into Ivlon. And then I think he should have got initiative, but I'm not sure what his speed was. I didn't check. I probably should have checked. I'm sorry for that. But I did the first attack anyways. So I did Clash Jet for 35 damage. And then his hand was not too good because he could have beat me with the courage, but wasn't going to do that much damage anyway. So he played Tidal Surge for 5 damage. And then, like I said, the Inferno Claws. I had Eclipse in my location deck, but it didn't come up at all, and Rothaar didn't see any action, so they were only dealing like 20 or 15 damage. So I played Dry Liquid for 15. And then I see he draws Tech to Strike there. He's going to play that later, but for now. So he thought if he played Intense Pulse Flame now, it would be active for the rest of the match, but I explained to him that it's only for one battle, and I wanted him to be kind of anyways. So he plays Shadow Strike for 15 damage. And at this point I'm at 45, and he's at 20, so I play Inferno Claws to coat him. Just getting it on my hand because Cliffs didn't come up. And again, if I remade this deck, as I said, I would choose two Clash Jets, another Clash Jet because I only have one, and then Earthshake would probably be good. But the deck works out okay for me. So I just move out everybody. He's got you, Holden, and Mahine left in the Hive Gallery. So Mahine is going to be supercharged. He's going to have outperform Courage 15 with the Aspect Amplifier. And then his Courage is 105, 90 power, 90 energy, because there's 4 in the discard, and then Magnaz. So he takes it into Blades. He gets initiative. And then he's going to play that Tech to Strike there. 45 damage. So, ouch. That did me 45 damage, so I'm at 70. And then I play the Infernal Claws for 15 damage. And then charges the Brave for 25, because he only has 5 more courage, but it's still at 25 damage, which is insane. I played Dry Liquid for 15. The Hive Gallery doesn't dampen it because it was because of Blade's ability, and then he loses 15 power, so that helped me out later. Not really. He plays Light Tenacity for 35. It's getting tight. I'm at 5 or 10. And then I just play the Flame. Oh, wait, I have to shuffle, so yeah, you have to put all your attacks back, and then flip them over, and then click shuffle. So it takes a little while. So at this point, I'm just gonna play the Flame Rune when I do, because Blade's not gonna be behind right now. And then throughout this match, I'm waiting for my Lower Chamber Recall to pop up, and then cripple his deck. Well, we'll see that later. So I was just waiting on that and the Cliffs, and I really wanted the Chime Grid, the Cliffs, or the Lore's Chamber to pop up. But again, the locations really weren't in my favor for some reason. So I get off the Infernal Claws. He's at 35. Like, could have burned him, I think, but it wouldn't move. Because he could still heal. And then he has Shuffle. I was thinking about putting a Blaze Barrage in this deck, but I felt it wasn't worth it. Because sometimes, like, I like the way the attacks came up mostly. Not the locations, but the attacks, because it was good to get Flame Blooms at times. That's what I wanted. Because heal is useful, because there's no innate heal in this deck, so sometimes it's better to play the Flame Bloom for 10 and heal 5 than the Ember Swarm for 20. So Blades gets coated, but I do have the Song Revival, so I'm going to play that off Lord Von Blute, use up both his counters, and then play Song Revival on Blades, because I wanted to play before Lords came up. And then Blades gets back into battle because he's a really tough warrior, and that didn't lose him. So, yeah. And then it's my location. So he's behind, he's right there. It's really annoying not being able to see the picture. So I get Illusionary Lake, which is really good for me, because I can lay the Mirage down after the battle. So I take Vile Driver, Brim Flame into Mahine. He gets initiative, though. And you can see he has the 2 charges of the Braves in his hand, so the no water really didn't affect him at all at this point. So yeah, he's going to play one of them for... My courage is 50, his is 105, he's at 90 or 95 energy. And then that does 40 damage, because outperform 10 for Melhat and his Aspect Amplifier. So I'm at 25. So right off the bat, I just try to play my lesser attacks. So the Inferno Claws there for 20 damage. So yeah, this is because I intentionally did it with the Vile Driver Brimflame because the Wep Crack Brimflame is stronger, so he's gonna have a better chance, and then the Vile Driver Brimflame can just cycle out some of my not as good cards, and then I still have Blades and Rothar. And then Von Blood isn't going to be as strong a fighter, but it does have 120 power, so I'm still confident if it did come down to him, I would have a decent chance. Plus by then Lures would have come out. So, and then the Pits. The Pits is still a location that would help me a lot in this match. Alright, so Brimflame bites it, but I do get to move the Illusionary Lake onto my board. And then he moves behind there, but he shouldn't have because I attack, so he has to only when he stays there, and then now he moves, and then he can only attack Brimflame. So he does that. We're in the Sport Run right now. And then I'm playing this bit at regular speed and not sped up because there's some stuff that needs to be explained. If you're watching this, and 88 Gil if you're watching this, so with the whole burn bits, so I'll show you in a sec. So I get initiative, I have lower courage, so my stat checks don't go through, so I play the Consuming Flame for 25 damage. Consuming Flame, there we go. So he's at, he starts at 95, now he's at 70. To my 65. And then he still has the other Charge of the Brave in his hand. So he draws Tidal Surge. So he plays that for 40 damage, I'm at 25. Alright, now, this bit is really interesting. So I draw Flash Orb. Right now my strongest attack right now is Ash Torrent. So originally, I considered, oh wait, I can burn him. So I played Improvisation Melody for free, because I dealt 25 damage with the Consuming Flame. And I'm casting that off Nivena, but I forgot to take a counter off. And I'm casting that off Nivena as well. So that's 2 counters I should have paid. And then I also used her ability, but it was irrelevant because I would have, with the Song of Fury, the Cannon, and the Improv, I would have been able to code them anyways. So 88 Gil, if you're watching this, just disregard the fact that I said I used her ability, and then just say that extra counter is to be paid for the cadence. So, but she should have 0 counters right now. So sorry about that. So, and then I play that, so that's 40 burn, and then I have fire 15. And then he's at 30, and so I cadenced his Draining Dirge, and then so Behind goes from 70 to 30 with all the burn music, and then the attack does 30 damage. So Brimflame codes the superpower Behind, and then when I did this, sorry I was getting confused with the math and stuff, so the ability was irrelevant, the Song of Fury covered it, so when we later disputed that his Yolden should have counter, and I was thinking to myself later, oh, should I have sacrificed the Ball Suit because it didn't have enough counters? Yes, I should have if I would have played the ability, which technically I did, but it didn't matter, so, you know, that was weird. So now it's just, he has no more Mana Blurs, he has no music counters, but Nivena should be at 0 counters, but still the Ball Suit right now. So that counter shouldn't be on her anyway. Stone Pillar, it's not really important right now. He doesn't have any generic music, so my refrain isn't going to do anything. Burn Flame into Uholden for the final battle. Drill Dozer, so his Uholden does have 80 energy, but, and he has his water because I'm moving into his spot. So that's one destruction does 15 because he got initiative. I'm at 50. I'm gonna put the Flame Bloom again. Sometimes it's good to get a Flame Bloom with Underworld decks because they don't have a lot of heal. So I'm at 55. He's at 70. And then he tried to do that, but he couldn't because I didn't deal the 15 damage. But I deal it later, so if he wanted to activate it, he should have. He draws Enlightened Tenacity for 20 damage. I'm at 35. And then I played the Dry Liquid for 15. So if you wanted to, dude, so if you're listening to this, you could have activated your Hive, or did you hear? Yeah. Oh yeah, you did. So you're at 65. Oh yeah, so never mind. I was just thinking later that you didn't, but you did. Alright, so he plays Tidal Surge. His hand's pretty crummy there. 5 damage. I'm at 30, I believe. I played the other Dry Liquid for another 15. He's at 50. Or, I don't know, I can't really see the things right now. That Shadow Strike does 10 damage. I'm at 20. Alright, so I bring him down. He's at 45 now, I think, yeah. and then I bring him down to 25 with the Primordial Rage. That Flood Force takes me down to 5. So I was really cutting it close there. And then it's my attack. I would need to use at 25, and then thankfully I draw the Ash Torrent, or no, wait. I don't know what I was doing here. Play Flash Warp. Oh yeah, so I realized I could have coated him, but I didn't because I wanted to try it with blades. So I think when I was playing that, I realized that I would have a better chance because I thought I was afraid he was going to draw a Techno Strike or something. So I just decided to let Burn Flame bite it because then his Uholden shouldn't be in my spot right now. So we move him back, but then I move blades up there. So I want to give it a go with blades because if he attacks me, he'll have no water, and then blades is still beast, so I can put that flame breach out of my hand if I need to for 15 damage, and then still the Ash Torrent. And then, so Nivena shouldn't have a counter on her right now, but if I needed to, I could sack the ball into Flute, give her a counter, and then give blades Fire 10. But so again, Nivena should have no counters on her right now. And then it's his location, Elementir, which is good. So we both gain energy, but he attacks blades, so he's at 85. He only has Earth. I'm at 75. And again, 100 Courage and Power really messes with his Courage things. So he plays the Sworn Destruction for 10 damage. I'm at 65. Again, I could have. I just decided to give blades a shot. So, alright, so you see his hand. I played the Flame Breach for 15 damage. And he plays Mirror Mayhem for 0 damage and decides to gain 100 Courage to put his Courage at 180. So that was pretty clever because he was going to draw some Courage attacks later. But anyways, I could have, since that did 0 damage, I don't know why I played my attack. I don't know why I played the Ember Swarm. I could have played the Ash Swarm for 15 damage, but I just decided to play it safe. Because again, throughout this match, I actually wanted to use Rothar. Because, you know, he's beast, he would have 90 energy, 105 power. I just wanted to see, because then he would be in my spot, and then I was hoping the pits or whatever would come up. So I just wanted to give a shot with Rothar. So I was just cycling out some of my lesser cards with blades, still dealing him damage all the while. Draws Incessant Wave. So he decides to play the Shadow Strike to try to bring me down a little bit more. And then I play the Clash Jet for 15 damage. Getting pretty tight. And sorry, I can't see the numbers right now, so if you can just follow along with the stuff we're saying in the chat bar, you should be able to keep up. So yeah, we were disputing that, because he thought his Uholden should have counter, but I didn't sacrifice Baldur Sleep because I didn't need to, technically. So he plays the Streak Strike. He doesn't win the speed stat check, so it only does 10. And then I draw Fire Ram. He's at 25. And I just checked. He was 25, so I'm free to play Fire Ram for the full 30 damage and the KO. And he could have, yeah, he could have played Intense Polyphony, but I guess he forgot. But anyway, so we're just saying good game. And yeah, guys, so thanks for watching. It was a really tough match. 88 Gelu. You're good players. Really tough match. It was an awesome deck. I had a lot of fun. And I hope to do this again soon. So thanks everyone for watching. Speed Player A out.